Hi, I'm Canon Kate Harrigan, and I am the rector of St. Paul's in Harrisburg and also chaplain at St. Stephen's Episcopal School in Harrisburg. I am seeking to be elected to a clergy position on the standing committee. I have served this diocese in numerous roles over the years, and I hope that has given me perspective, experience, wisdom, I hope, and also a sense of our future movement, our movement into the future as God's people serving this corner of God's world in central Pennsylvania. I believe that the church is being called to be a prophetic voice in the world at this time. And we're called to be that voice, to speak and to listen with grace, love, passion, compassion, and hope. Thank you.
I'm Eric Hilligus, and I serve as the rector of St. John the Baptist in York, Pennsylvania. I arrived in central Pennsylvania last year in March of 2019 after serving 10 years in the Diocese of Massachusetts, serving parishes first as an assistant in Dorchester and second as a priest in charge, then rector in Quincy, Massachusetts, serving parishes in those communities that were seeking and sometimes struggling to discern their right shape to be the church for them during this time and season of their life. And of course, that involved so many of the things we're used to. It involved a balance, budgets, buildings, and worship, and community. What I'm grateful for during that season is learning how to discern together God's voice, God's call, so that we're able and equipped to share our witness with the world, even as things continue to change or look different within the walls of our church and outside the walls of our church. And so I'm happy to offer my voice, my experience, my perspective, and my prayer in this diocese as we engage in the Shape by Faith initiative, seeking how it is to keep Jesus at the center of our common life, at the center of our worship, at the center of our witness, and discerning how that best looks for us today. Thank you.
Greetings, friends. I am Anthony Alexander. I'm a member of St. Stephen's Cathedral. I have been attending there for 12 years. Currently, I serve as junior warden to the vestry. I'm a licensed lay preacher, and I serve as a lay Eucharistic minister. For the last year, I have been the convener of the Harrisburg Convocation. I am ending my term this year as a member of Standing Committee. I come to you to seek your support for another 3-year term. Thank you so very much.
Hi, my name is Drew Dorgan, and I'm a member of St. John's in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. This year I'm running for Standing Committee, although I've served on Standing Committee for the past couple of years. I'm hoping that my advertising and communications background will help bring some new perspectives to helping us figure out new ways to do church and build leadership in our diocese. We've had quite a different experience with the pandemic and finding new ways to do church as is. I've really enjoyed visiting lots of churches in the diocese for their virtual services and seeing how different things are done and just the beauty of each and every church and congregation and all the ways that ministry is done. Thank you.
Hello, delegates. My name is Laura Gottfried Lecce. I am a lifelong Episcopalian and have been a member of St. Luke's Altoona since moving here in 1995. My children were brought up in the church and participated in all that the diocese had to offer for children and youth. I have been a member of the vestry 3 times. In this last 7 years, I have been part of the advisory committee, serving as treasurer for St. Luke's. I have run several ongoing fundraisers to help offset some of the cost of keeping our enormous campus open. And I'm very interested in finding ways, creative ways, to use our spaces to better our community. I also help to run our St. Luke's Food Pantry, and I'm very fulfilled by being able to reach out to our neighbors in this way. I think that I would be a great candidate for standing committee. I have a great passion for helping to increase our presence and people knowing who we are as members of God's family. Thanks so much.
Greetings, friends. My name is Amanda Naus, and I have the privilege of serving as the rector of St. John's Episcopal Church in downtown Lancaster. I've been here a little over a year, and it is a gift and a privilege to be back in my home diocese. For the past 15 years, I have served in the Diocese of Maryland and the Diocese of Virginia. In many ways, it feels like a homecoming coming back to central Pennsylvania. I am running for the Council of Trustees, and I'm very excited to see how the Spirit is moving across our diocese. I believe that we are, in fact, many members of one body, and therefore feel called to participate in the larger body through diocesan ministries. I'm very hopeful of the future of our church and look forward to being a part of it, and I'm just excited to be here. So I just wanted to take a minute to introduce myself, and I look forward to seeing many of you virtually this year at convention, but also in person when the time is right. Take care and God bless.
Hello, my name is Christina Ford, and I'm a parishioner at St. Andrews in State College. I have fond childhood memories of attending Spanish Mass with my Cuban grandparents, and was later received into the Episcopal Church in 2005. I first heard about the Council of Trustees when I read an email from the diocese saying that people were still needed to serve on a number of committees and nominations were due that day. I felt like the Holy Spirit was nudging me to consider being a trustee. At the same time, I didn't know what that meant. So, as part of my discernment, I spoke with my rector and some people who had served as trustees in the past. I learned that the council was like the vestry, but at the diocesan level. Since I've enjoyed being on the vestry and serving on the finance committee, it seemed like a good fit. I also learned that trustees are meant to support the mission of the diocese. I'm excited by the Shape by Faith initiative and the commitment to racial and social justice, both of which will require a fair amount of growth and discernment. This also fits because all of my work as a youth leader, a spiritual director, mental health counselor, and tap dance instructor, it's all motivated by my desire to support people as they discern and grow into the person that God created them to be. And finally, I'm curious about the larger church, and being a trustee will allow me to use my gifts and talents while serving and learning about the diocese.
Good morning. I'm Richard Koch, and I'm a candidate for the lay position on the Diocese Council of Trustees. It's a pleasure to be with you this morning. My wife Tony and I are members of St. Stephen's Episcopal Cathedral in Harrisburg, and I am a longtime resident of Harrisburg. I am also a retired vice president of Gannett Fleming Engineers in Camp Hill, Pennsylvania. In fact, my work with Gannett Fleming took me to many of the communities in the diocese boundary here in central Pennsylvania. I'm seeking this position because I'm vitally interested in the future health of the Episcopal Church in the central Pennsylvania community and the role that it plays in these communities. The Council of Trustees, as many of you may know or may not know, functions much as a board of directors for the diocese. I bring many years of experience sitting on boards of directors for various nonprofits in the Harrisburg community. I am familiar with the roles and responsibilities of board members, including financial management, budgeting, strategic planning, development, communications, outreach, and governance. I have also served St. Stephen's 6 years on vestry, 3 as senior warden, and I currently sit on the board of the St. Stephen's Episcopal School here in Harrisburg. Overall, I believe that these duties and experiences have prepared me to be sensitive and knowledgeable to the duties of the Council of Trustees. I look forward to working with Bishop Scanlon and the other members of the Council to advance the mission of the Episcopal Church in Central Pennsylvania. Thank you.
I'm Rick Bauer, rector here at St. Edward's in the suburbs of Lancaster, and I would very much appreciate your consideration for the opportunity to serve our diocese as a member of our disciplinary board. As an undergraduate, I majored in legal studies, and from mock trial to writing legal briefs and pondering the differences between the letter and the spirit of the law, I have a foundation that may come in useful for the work of this disciplinary board. As a pastor, I do my utmost to approach each situation with sobriety and an awareness of nuance at play. In addition, I hold a master's degree in religious studies, a Master of Divinity from Virginia Theological, and this December, I will be completing my Doctor of Ministry from Duke Divinity School with a concentration on Christian leadership. I'm the dad of 2 little crazy boys, and I love our diocese a great deal. The women and men who serve so faithfully and who work so hard for the common life that we share. I pray that everyone is holding up well in these strangest of times, and I thank you for your consideration. Peace be with you.
Hello, my name is Robert Sims. I'm a nominee for the disciplinary board. I am currently the verger at Hope Episcopal Church, which I have been a member for 43 years. I have served on the vestry, been junior warden, senior warden, and parish minister. I'm a lay Eucharist minister and a lay visiting minister. Position on the disciplinary board is important because what it does is it helps prevent inappropriate behavior in our diocese, and by preventing inappropriate behavior in our diocese, we protect all of God's children.
I am Jim Tutak of St. Paul's Episcopal Church, Wellsboro, and a candidate for the disciplinary committee. My understanding of the responsibilities of serving on the disciplinary committee is as follows. 1, to familiarize myself with the canons on ecclesiastical discipline. 2, to thoroughly review all documents and evidence presented to the committee in each case. 3, to maintain an open mind and to refrain from forming an opinion until the case has been fully presented. 4, to rely upon church counsel in matters of evidence and procedure. 5, to review the evidence and testimony with the other members of the committee to arrive at a just result based on the evidence and the canons. 6, forego any prejudice against or in favor of any party. I've been an attorney in New Jersey since 1978. I retired in 2010, and I believe that I had the education, training, and experience to serve on the committee. Thank you for your consideration.